Welcome back, students. So in this video we will be doing an introduction of polynomial. Okay, so we'll just recollect what we have done in class 8. So polynomial is basically a combination of variables and coefficients. All right, very fancy terms, but it's very easy. Okay, variables variables are usually symbols that can take any alphabet. All right, it is usually expressed in the form of an alphabet. For example, it could be 2x, 4x squared, okay, 3t, or 6a. These are all variables. Here x is the variable, here x is again the variable, this t, and all these are called the variables. All right, they are called variables because the values can change. In the sense, x can take the value of 1, it can take the value of -1, a, here a is the variable, it can take the value of 3, a can take the value of -6, it can take any value, so they are called variables. Clear? Now the coefficient here is the number with the variable, that comes with the variable. All right, so here the variable is x, so in this case here this is x is the variable, so the coefficient of x is going to be 2. In this 4x squared, the coefficient of x squared is going to be 4. For this same example, the coefficient of t is going to be 3, and the coefficient of a is going to be 3. All right, so we're now clear with variables, we're now clear with coefficients. Okay, so the next thing we'll go with is terms. Okay, so using the same example, you come across an expression like this. Okay, so this is an algebraic expression with just one term. Okay, this is just one term. All right, and suppose you come with an expression like this. How many terms do you see? 2 terms, right? Or even an expression as complex as this, which might confuse a lot of students sometimes, or may not. 3 terms. Okay, can you see all these terms? Or sometimes let's just say 3t cubed plus 6t squared minus 6t plus 7. These are 4 terms, right? Clear? See, one term here, one term, 2 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 terms. All right, so if an algebraic expression is written in just one term, it is called monomial. Okay, and if an expression is written with 2 terms, it is called binomial. All right, and if it's written in 3 terms, it is called trinomial. Trinomial, and in 4 terms or more, okay, 4 terms or more, it is often called as polynomials. Okay, but you must remember, polynomials are algebraic expressions which can take 1 term, okay, even 2 terms, even 3 terms or more. Okay, so 4 or more terms. Clear? These are all polynomials. Okay, even 3x is a polynomial, 3x squared minus 6 is also a polynomial, 3xy plus 6x plus 6 is also a polynomial, 3t cubed plus 6t squared minus 6t plus 7, this is also a polynomial. Clear? It's just that in order to identify if it's expressed in 1 term, we just write it as monomial, or if it's 2 terms, it's binomial, 3 terms, trinomial, and more than 4 terms, it's polynomial. But generally, everything here that you see is a polynomial. Clear? We're clear with this? All right. So now that we're clear with this, we will come across another important thing, which is called the degree. Okay, the degree is basically the highest power, okay, of a variable for the given polynomial, for the polynomial. All right, so if I asked you what is the degree of this polynomial, the degree is going to be 3. Why 3? Because what is the highest power? the highest power is of the given variable is 3. So the degree of this given polynomial is 3. Suppose it is 6x2 plus 6x to the power 6 plus x to the power 7. Okay, if I ask you what is the degree of this given polynomial, then the degree of this polynomial is going to be 7. It does not matter how it is arranged, you just have to focus on the highest degree, all right, the highest power, clear, which is 7. All right, similarly, if you have something like minus 6x cubed plus 3, I ask you what is the degree of this given polynomial, you should not get confused with this minus. It does not matter, just focus on the variable or those variable with the highest degree, which is 3. So the degree for this given polynomial is going to be 3. Okay, you're clear with this? So for this same example, if I were to ask you what is the degree of this given polynomial, okay, this polynomial, what is it going to be? The degree of this is going to be 3, right? Because here the highest power is 3. All right, the same thing. So everybody is clear with degree now. Okay, the degree of a given polynomial. All right, now you'll have polynomial in one variable. Okay, then you have polynomials in two variables. Okay, and polynomials in three variables. What are these? Okay, suppose you come any algebraic expression which is something like 3x squared plus 2x plus 6. What is this? This is a polynomial with one variable, because look, the variable is just x alone, right? X cubed plus 7. This is also a polynomial with one variable, right? So for a polynomial with two variable is an expression that could be something like this: 7y plus 6. How many variables do you see? You see xy here, you see y. How many variables here? X is also a variable, y is also a variable. So this is basically a polynomial with two variables. Clear? Another example for this is, suppose you come across x plus y plus 7. This is again a polynomial with how many variables? X is a variable, 1, and y is again another variable. All right, so this is again a polynomial with two variables. Now an example of a polynomial with three variables is going to be, of course, is going to be 5. How many variables do you see? You see here 3 variables. Okay, this is x, this is y, these are t. These are all variables whose value you don't know, okay, or whose value we're yet to find out. These are all the variables. Are you clear with this? So this is a polynomial with one variable, which means which will be only expressed with one variable x. All right, and with two variables means with x, y. Okay, with two variables, and three variables is this. All right, so if I were to ask you something like x to the power 100 plus x to the power 67 plus 7x to the power 2 plus 6. If I asked you, what is this expression? Is this a polynomial of one variable, two variable, three variable, or four variable, or how many variables? What should be your answer? It should be just, it is a polynomial of just one variable, because the variable here is x, right? Here x. Okay, all right, do not get confused with this. All right, do not get scared with these powers. All right, are you clear with variable? Here this is a polynomial with one variable. Now using the same example, if I asked you what is the degree of this given polynomial, the degree here, what is going to be the degree of this given polynomial or of this algebraic expression? The degree is going to be 100, right? Because degree basically means the variable with the highest power, right? And how many terms do you see in this? 1, 2, 3. There are 4 terms. Okay, so everyone clear with what a variable with one variable, what a polynomial with one variable is, what degree is, what term is. Okay, and suppose I asked you what is the coefficient, okay, the coefficient of x squared. For this given example, what is the coefficient of x squared? The coefficient of x squared is 7, right? Because what is the coefficient? Coefficient means the number that comes along with the variable, right? Same way, if I ask you the coefficient of x to the power 100 is, what is it? Some of you might say 0 or something, but remember, behind, even if you don't see it, there's always a 1. Okay, clear? Anytime you see this, even here, there's always a 1 here. Clear? If there's nothing written before it, assume that it's always 1. So the coefficient of x to the power 100 is going to be 1. Clear? And similarly, the coefficient of x to the power 67 is going to be, you look at this, what is the number that comes along with the coefficient? It is going to be 1. Clear? So clear with degree, with term, coefficient, variables, right? Now let's go with one more important, which is called the linear polynomial. Okay, so what is a linear polynomial? So a linear polynomial is one which has one degree only. Okay, so example of this is going to be, suppose this is going to be a linear polynomial, because what is the degree of this algebraic expression? It is 1. Even this could be a linear polynomial. Clear? Or for x minus 4x plus 6, okay, it's just going to be a linear polynomial because the degree is going to be 1. Clear? Now we'll go with the quadratic polynomial. What do you mean by quadratic polynomial? All right, so quadratic polynomial means it should have, the degree should be 2. Clear? What is the degree? I told it is the variable with the highest power. So 4x square minus 6x plus 7, this is another example of quadratic polynomial because degree should be 2, right? Even this can be considered as a quadratic polynomial. Remember, we're only concerned with this degree. Clear? This is also a quadratic polynomial. Even this is a quadratic polynomial. Clear? The degree should be 2. All right, you're clear with this? Okay, so if you come across any algebraic expression which has this, where the highest degree is 2, or it has, in the highest degree is, where the degree of the given polynomial is 2, then that given polynomial by default is a quadratic polynomial. You're clear with this? So these are all examples of quadratic polynomials. These are all examples of linear polynomials. Okay, generally sometimes linear polynomial, okay, or oh, one more thing, we also have cubic polynomial. So by this, cubic means what? It's very simple. Cubic simply means 3 degree. So what do you understand by that? A very simple example, 4x cubed plus 6x square plus 7x minus 6. This is a cubic polynomial here because the degree is 3. Okay, cubic polynomial should have degree 3. This is also a cubic polynomial. Clear? Or minus 6x cubed plus 7. This is also a cubic polynomial because we're only concerned with the degree of the given variable should have, the degree of the given variable should be 3. All right, even this can be considered a quadratic polynomial. This is also a quadratic this is also a cubic polynomial. Okay, because we're only concerned with the degree. Clear? The degree of the polynomial should be 3. Okay, so everyone clear with what a linear polynomial is, what a quadratic polynomial is, and what a cubic polynomial is. Clear? So sometimes, generally, okay, in general terms, you will come across certain expressions like the quadratic expression, quadratic polynomial, sometimes, okay, could be expressed in this way: ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, and they might, and here a should not be equal to 0, and a comma b and c are constants. Now don't get worried. Okay, now you might be thinking, oh my god, these are all alphabets again, very confusing. Which is the variable, which is going to be the coefficients? You don't have to worry. So whenever we don't know the given, when we don't know the coefficients, remember what are coefficients? The number that comes along with the variable. So if we don't know the coefficients, they are usually denoted by an alphabet again. So here the coefficient of x square is a, the coefficient of x is b, and the constant is c. All right, and remember a, b, c are constants. Okay, I'll just give you an example for comparison. So suppose 6x square plus 3x plus 7. Clear? This is a, this could be b, and this could be c. all right? And you must remember we are writing a, b, c when we don't know the value of this, okay? It is just an expression, so there's nothing to be confused, okay? Don't get scared, all right? So this is what we mean, okay, by this given general expression. So I just want you to remember this. Clear? The quadratic generally is written as ax squared plus bx plus c, where a cannot be equal to 0 and a, b and c are constant. Clear? This is an example of it. Okay, so with this we finish the first part of our introduction, and in the second part of the introduction I'll give you some more basics on polynomials.